Hi there, folks, and this is a development chat for the open world survival game Protect Ed, and it is the 10th of February 2017, and the clock is ticking down to the first release, so it's all good news. In this episode, or in this dev video, I'll just be showing you a bit of the progress with the weapons, a little bit of development, and just explaining what'll be kind of happening next. There is I think there's a little sign. Is there a sign up here? I'm sure I put one here. Yeah. These signs will be interactive. There might be an advert on there for the community on Google Plus, and if you walk up to it, that'll take you to the URL. I'll also be adding in kind of little desktop computers into some properties where you'll be able to go online while in the game. It's a new feature for UE4. Well, not so new, but it will be getting added. I'll show you a bit more of that during the month. Something to look forward to. It just allows you to uh, get data from websites and everything into the game in a quite an easy and an intuitive way. I've come up this way because I know there's a weapon up here. I remember leaving one lying about. Here we go. Now this is a AKM, and we'll pick that up, and it will have appeared in the inventory. There it is, an AKM. Now I've sorted out the slots, so you can put that onto slot 1, 2 or 3, and as you can see, it works. Ed doesn't put his bow away at the moment. I had to remove that code while I was sorting out all these weapons in the slots, but he will. And he'll also get a lot more on his backpack. He'll get grenade slots, pistol slots, things like that. A little cheat there, just to give me everything. I'll just show you. So that is the automatic, and I'm just slowly putting in which weapons are automatic, which are single shot, sorting out the caliber of bullets and their damage. But just now there's only a few weapons that'll destroy the trees like before, which is the 30mm cannon shell, which is way down the bottom, I think, past the sticky bomb. But you can see that the slots are working, and that's a major bit of code out the way. Let me assure you of that. That is, it's not something you want to do every day. 50 plus weapons and an inventory, but it's in, and now it can be fine tuned. As you can see, the moonlight's going on and off at the moment. That probably won't be the case. You'll either get a night with a moon out, or you'll get a night without a moon. But I'll just show you a little bit of the light in. What you shouldn't do, or what the game engine can't handle, is if you put, say, 50 of those lights all round each other, which you wouldn't do anyway, but if you just keep them spread out, there won't be any performance loss really. What I'll be doing is just making the lights a little bit brighter and increasing the range of them. Just now you have to kind of plant quite a lot of them quite close together in order to get some decent light. So they're a little bit dim at the moment, a little bit low on wattage, I suppose, and I'll just increase that so you don't have to build quite so many. I mean, I'll show you once I turn the generator on here, and you'll see that their influence isn't all that great, so building them wouldn't actually be some kind of major achievement really. We'll just have to wait for night. As you can see, the weapons are quite deadly now, whereas before you could machine gun one of the fugitives for quite a long time and nothing would happen. So the different weapons will take them out in different ways. There's also the bullet impacts to be added, so there's still a lot to come with the weapons, but it is getting there, slowly but surely, step by step. So I hope you can see what I mean about the lights. They don't really give off a great influence. I'll sort that out, and I'm sure that'll make them a bit more useful. But they're doing a good job now, especially when it goes pitch black. It's just that the radius isn't really up to much. The base building, I think I mentioned that you can build quite high rise now. I don't know if I showed you anything of that. I'll just give you a wee demonstration here. As you can see, Ed can quite happily go up and down the levels. The problem is when you create quite a high platform without any access to it, how is he going to get up there? So what you'll see appearing in the inventory is some ladders, so that Ed can reach the awkward points of his base, and I'll also be adding in the first base gates and a few more options. There really is a lot more to come with the building, but keep in mind the models aren't the important bit at the moment. It's really the getting it all penciled in and getting it all running. But as you can see, a fair bit of it's coming together. A few textures, a few images for the items you can build. They'll be one of the last things kind of added. So you'll have to put up with just a kind of text box saying there should be an image here. With regards to the HUD, down the bottom left there, just to make it easier for you to change weapon slots, I'll be putting in another couple of, well, kind of like buttons that you can quickly press with the mouse to change slot. That's because I want to try and keep as many of the controls on the mouse as possible. It makes it quite complicated in a way, trying to second guess what you, the player, might be trying to do, but I can certainly do with that with the weapon slots. So I'm just putting them on the HUD for you, which will tidy it up a little bit. Just now it's the keys, and they're on some quite awkward keys, and I'll just take them off the keyboard. There's a few keys just now. You've got your speeds, Ed's walking speed. You also have the building of the block building here. I'm not doing with the mouse. These are on. This is the keys. So you have place a block, delete a block, pretty much, and that's pretty much it. What else is there? There is grenades. I think grenades is on the keyboard as well. That'll be obviously going onto a weapon slot, so that'll be removed off the keyboard as well. Your torch is on the keyboard as well. I think that will probably appear on the HUD as well. So a few things I'll be changing with the HUD over the next week and a bit. But as you can see, quite a large base and no performance issues whatsoever. So it's all going to run quite fine. I don't have any concerns about it really at the moment, apart from the light radius, but I can sort that out. Your own teammates will do damage to your base. Ed can shoot at his own base just now without there being any damage caused by it, but that won't be the case. Any bullet fired from anyone, whether that's Ed or his teammates or enemies with guns, and that's going to cause some damage to the base. Bill was asking about vehicles a while ago, and there will be vehicles. There will be Humvees and various machine gun mounted jeeps and tanks, things like that. That's why there's a 30mm shell already added in, just for a different caliber of weapon. As you can see, Ed can't shoot the trees with a machine gun anymore. He needs the 30mm cannon, and that'll do the damage to. It'll also go straight through a house. It'll take a house to bits in one shot. The different machine gun calibers will do different damage, and as you would expect, really. So there will be a lot more coming on that later through. Dev, for example, a wooden house. If you see a wooden house, if you start shooting that with a machine gun, it's not going to be able to withstand a machine gun very well. Concrete buildings will have more endurance. But what I'll be doing now, well, pretty much today, is just penciling in the different types of seeds, different types of tools, just to get a rough idea of what's going to be going in here for the first kind of round of testing and ideas, really, so that it can start to be filled out as well. Just another area to get penciled in. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Bye for now.